Hello and welcome to a special episode of Daily Cricket Presents Crick Talk. We are at the Sher Bangla National Stadium in Mirpur, Dhaka to present to you our latest podcast. We have with us Atif Azam, the Crickbuzz Bangladesh correspondent. I'm Mohammad Isam, Crickinfo's Bangladesh correspondent. We are here with you on a special day. 12 hours ago, Bangladesh beat West Indies for the first time in 15 years in the West Indies. They beat them by 101 runs in Jamaica. Special win. I keep saying special because it was very, very good for Bangladesh. Atif bhai, what really stood out for you in this game? For me, of course, me being a left-arm spinner, I love the fact that Taijul came back strongly. Just took the one wicket in the first innings, but he took the 5 wickets, took the lead in the bowling department because he was the most experienced bowler. Taijul obviously did well, but the others too. You wanted to talk about someone special as well.
I wanted to talk about two, in fact. I think the very small innings, but that 28-run innings of Shahadat actually set the tone in the second innings. That was a very special moment for me to see someone giving a counter-attacking, coming up with a counter-attacking approach, which later Mehdi also said. And the innings of Zakir Ali. You cannot, it was not a century, but it is not lesser than any century. It was a massive innings. Playing in those kind of wickets for the first time in his life and then scoring in this manner, and more so when he is supposed to be known as a T20 batter. The way he actually constructed the innings and the way he ran between the wickets and also took care of the tailenders, whether he wants to give support or not, whether he wants to give the strike him or not. So overall, it's a brilliant effort by Bangladesh, and more so, actually, you were mentioning in your tweets and everywhere probably that there was no noise. It was the least expected. We didn't have much noise ahead of the series. A lot of things going on. So Bangladesh, it was just cricket coming back for Bangladesh.
Of course, you mentioned Zakir Ali's innings and the way he took care
Exactly.
of the tail.
Tailenders.
That's a very interesting word that you used because Atif bhai, I think we don't really see a lot of Bangladeshi batters, discussing batting in the middle. We were lucky to we could listen to Zakir
Exactly.
talking to the tail. Taskin supported him at times. There was good support from Hassan Mahmood as well. Taijul mainly, 50 balls. I have to keep mentioning him because he's one of those cricketers, very underrated, but his contributions are excellent in the team. It was just like a typical Bangladesh win. It was a team effort. Plenty of performers. We start off with bowling. I started off with Taijul. We will go to Nahid Rana. Nahid Rana, of course, he has wowed the West Indies. Ian Bishop, Curtly Ambrose, Courtney Walsh, they were all in the commentary box. They couldn't stop talking about Nahid Rana. Nahid Rana, of course, brought tremendous pace, 150 kilometers per hour. His fastest delivery, but he's always hovered around 140. And that length that he bowls, that discipline that he shows. What really catches the eye about Nahid Rana for me is the discipline. The fact that he can bowl in that right area throughout the day. And he makes sure that the bowler at the other end has that space to bowl. You could see Taskin bowling pretty well whenever he has bowled with Nahid Rana. And yesterday, Mehdi Hasan Miraj brought Taijul from the other end. So he had two very attacking options for Bangladesh, and it really paid off.
Yeah, for me, Nigel, the biggest achievement, what I should say is that he now understood. If you just go back not very long, if you just go back in the India series or the other series, he bowled well against. But he didn't bowl well against India, and whenever he was getting wickets, he was a bit expensive.
Right.
But this time round, he was just maintaining one channel, and he knew that it's going to come. I think that's one thing that Andy Adams said was very good. That when someone is bowling at 150, a wicket is going to come sooner or later. So when you have that pace, you just know that I cannot be erratic.
But then, Atif bhai, one thing, when you don't have pace, like Taskin doesn't have the pace of Nahid Rana, Hassan Mahmood doesn't have the pace of Nahid Rana, what do they do? What caught your eye about Taskin and Hassan Mahmood in this test match or this test series? I must just wanted to add that the three fast bowlers took 25 wickets between them. The four fast bowlers. Shariful played the first test match, the most by a Bangladeshi bowling attack in a series, but most by the fast bowlers in a series. What stood out for you with the other fast bowlers?
For me, as far as Taskin is concerned, he was very eager to come back to Test cricket. He left Test cricket for a while, wanted to take care of his shoulder, and now when he came back, he knows that. And because there's a huge competition, we need to mention that Bangladesh won this series without three test performers. One is Najmul Hasan Shanto, who is not playing. One is Mushfiqur Rahim, who is not playing. And we are not mentioning one name, who is an integral part of Bangladesh Test squad, that is Ibadat.
Yes.
So the pace attack, the competition in the pace attack is now very much, vivid. Taskin, you see, even Taskin didn't go erratic. I think what stood me out for both of them, Hassan Mahmoud knows how to swing, Taskin knows how to channel the ball. The most thing is that they didn't try too much. You remember Nahid Jana was saying that in this wicket we cannot try too much things. In fact, bowling into your own strength and not trying too many things, they just wanted to play with their patience and it paid off.
I just want to tell our viewers that we are at the Sherbangla National Stadium today. It's usually Cricket Talk is inside a studio, but today we thought that we should bring the outside atmosphere of Mirpur quite vibrant today because of what has happened. What has happened last night? Plenty of people stayed up. Couple of things that I still want to discuss apart from the bowling. The bowling was great, 20 wickets. The way the batters responded in the second innings, especially Atif Bhai, I'm sure you have noticed the amount of noise there was in the middle. Jayden Seals took the lead. All the fast bowlers, the West Indies team, except I think Shamar Joseph, they all spoke quite regularly to the Bangladesh batters. The slip cordon was busy. The substitute fielder, Kevin Sinclair, kept shouting at the Bangladesh batters, but there was no reaction. Why do you think that is? Why do you think Bangladesh really channels that emotion in that moment?
I think we are talking about all the players. One player we need to mention a lot, and I feel sorry for him, is Sadman. Sadman really played well in this test match. Sadman is somebody who is not a permanent fixture. He's just coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out. So for a player like him to go in the test match and scoring runs, because if he had failed in this test match, then probably he would not be playing the next test match.
Right.
So when a player is playing with this kind of pressure and then he performing, and for the biggest thing was that the way Mehdi came in the second innings and contributed, batting at number 4 and contributed. We need to also mention that in this test match, Bangladesh didn't get Mominul Haq. I mean the full fit Mominul Haq.
Absolutely, he was ill.
He was ill. He couldn't bat. So there were a lot of things that was not going for Bangladesh. But still they managed to keep that faith that we must stick to it was not that we must follow the basic. It was not that cricket. It was we must go after them.
No, so tell me, lots of test matches were held this year with their backs to the wall. When they were in Dhaka playing in South Africa, when they went to Chittagong playing in South Africa. Of course, backs were to the wall. Of course, they were under pressure. Of course, all these players were around. Why couldn't they do it at home, and why could they do it in the West Indies? Do you have an answer for that?
I think there was no director with them in the test series.
No, look, they I mean, since the Pakistan series, I've been noticing that without outside influence, I think Shanto is enjoying the most independent time as a captain. I think Miraj will start off his captaincy not knowing what a board president's pressure looks like, which I give a lot of credit to Farooq Ahmed for not interfering with the team. I think till now, no, of course, because we were used to seeing two presidents, H.M. Mustafa Kamal and then Nazmul Hasan Papon, of course, always interrupting team.
If it was previous regime, then we would have seen Najmul Hasan talking with the media by now.
By now, of course, but there was nothing like that from the cricket board today. Last night, when Phil Simmons spoke, one of the things that stood out was he was asked by Ian Bishop what really changed in his batting lineup, what happened, as I was asking you, and he said that he was very proud to see the team changing from a survival mode to a positive attitude. Is that something that the biggest takeaway from this test match, if you just have to conclude this?
I have to conclude here. And I think that one of the big, this survival from, you're just mentioning that from the survival mode to the positive attitude. I think a lot of things goes with the change in the backroom staff. Because you know Saladin very well, you know him from there,
He'll calm things down.
He'll calm things down, and one thing probably he did is that you go and attack.
Right.
He is someone who is such a coach, because if you had seen him, he would probably try to play the test as per book.
Norm, yeah.
As per book or as per norm.
Yeah.
Go, stay. Yeah. But their attitude was that even in the last word that Mehdi said, it was very, very precious word. that I asked a batsman to go for runs and not to stay at the wicket. Not to defend, but go for runs. And that's the biggest takeaway from this test match, that they are now understanding that in there will be wickets where scoring runs is very important.
Two champion coaches, Phil Simmons, closing in on his fourth. This is his fourth or fifth team in international cricket. He's changed a lot of international teams. We have Mohammad Salahuddin, who's won the BPL, I think 4 times for Kumila Victoria. So you've got a champion mentality and a fresh.
And Salahuddin has a lot of players here.
Of course,
a lot of players.
He has obviously worked with all of these players. So you have these two champion coaches. You have a very good attitude from a new.
And the last thing that you should, Isham, this is the first test series probably in 18 years that where there is no one from the big Fabulous Five.
Of course, the senior players.
Yes, no senior players here. So is that I think that with this test series, the transition period actually launched for Bangladesh.
Sure, I mean that was a great victory in the sense. Jamaica actually provided many victories for Bangladesh. So I think that we can now end this podcast on a great note. We will be back to you after the white ball series, 3 ODIs, 3 T20s in St. Kitts and St. Vincent. And then we'll be back for our next episode of Cricket Talk. Daily Cricket presents Cricket Talk with Atif Azam and Mohammad Isam.